Good morning, folks. We coming to you live from Police Academy Junction, where one person has been discovered dead here at the Police Academy Junction. It has been reported that this led to a gun shooting at this community, but we will be talking to some residents who might know exactly what happened. So wherever you are, however you're following, stay with us, and I'm Sylvester Choroplay. So welcome to Spoon TV. Sylvester Choroplay. What do you know anything about this incident that happened today?
Yes.
So would you mind tell us? What really happened?
The incident that took place here today took place by the hour of 12:25.
Okay, 12 a.m. right?
Yes.
Okay.
So where the fellow was coming with some girls, but according to the screening of the girls, they said they were on their way going back to cinema. So it's like the whole incident took place in the sense that on their way going back to cinema is like they already left cinema, carry someone so on their way coming back to go back at the cinema. There where the incident took place. Took place that they were there at the kitchen there.
Oh, you mean you both were together?
Yes.
Okay, you mean this man that died?
Them and police.
Oh, okay.
Together.
Okay.
Yes. So the incident took place was right under the kitchen there. We were 4 police. Yeah. So another 2 police from there left the key stay right near the road here.
2 police officers?
No, police.
Oh, okay, colleagues. Okay.
2 police. So the key stay right near the road and another one left there. We were 2 sitting.
Okay.
So when the guy came with the white car, but behind it, no license plate.
Okay.
But at the front, you see the license plate, but you have the security license, you get ready to recognize good. Yes. So he wanted the winches out and call the 2 police that was sitting along with me and the other guy.
Okay.
We called 2 of them to come closer to him.
Okay.
So when they were making their way to come there, the other guy recognized that the man have an arm, he was trying to take it off.
The man who was in a car now?
Yeah, in the car, who called the 2 fellows. So when the 2 fellows was coming, the other guy that was in front recognized that the man have an arm trying to take it off. So he tried to run. And when he was going, right at this spot where you see the pickup parking.
Yeah.
Where the pickup parking. At that time, a yellow taxi was parking there.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 2 fellows that you call, where the other guy recognized that he had gone, the guy ran behind the taxi. He hit himself. So the man went from the car now, he came out and then took the gun, just cracked it with the right hand, used the left hand by sending the shot away. And the fellow was coming with the 2 guys in the jar.
From which direction?
From this direction.
Okay, from inside Police Academy.
Yes.
Okay.
The car came from this side.
Okay, from the red light bell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after he sends the shot with the left hand, the shot went straight, they penetrated to the guy head. While he backed me because he tried to dodge the shot a bit, and according to the explanation, he said the bullet passed.
Whose explanation?
The motorcycle.
Okay, the motorcyclist.
Who were riding the back and they got down.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this guy that died was behind a motorcyclist.
Yes, he was the last because they have 2 girls in the center.
Oh, okay. Yes. So there were actually 4 persons on the motorbike. Okay.
4 on the back. So the motorcyclist said the bullet passed there, so he tried to go down and it. But after they hit the guy is hefty with somebody who's big. So after they hit him, when the bullet hit the eye, that's how he decided to weigh the whole back. So the man never had any control again. He would go here straight and then got fall to the ground. But after the guy fall, when I finish running from behind, so as soon we hear straight, oh, they killed the man. That's how the guy came back, they entered the car. So that went like this. No one was brave to the extent to say they are coming around. So me, I went. Contact this man here, and I already knew that he was there. Because first day, I started to touch here from the whole of the ear.
So let's go back a bit. You said you and your colleagues were actually sitting on the roadside.
Yes.
And this pickup came.
Yes.
In that pickup about
A
car, right?
Yeah.
Okay, car. In that car about 2 or 3 persons were. How many persons were in the car?
The car, no. I will not tell you 2 or 3 persons because they saw the man opening for only one guy.
Okay, only one guy done.
Yes.
Okay, so this motorcyclists who are coming, having 4 persons, and then the car that got down, where the alleged shooting took place, came from. The guy was discussing with your colleagues who were enlisted with you.
Yes.
Okay, and then motorcyclist came. He was not knowing anything.
The motorcycle not knowing anything about it.
Okay, so then how can the person?
The
was just.
motorcycle and the guy even related. The motorcycle and the guy related.
What I want to understand? Were they in conversation before this guy from the car? Shot.
For me, I will not tell you yes or no because from the girls, the way they were screaming after the meet element was there, they said, "Oh, we just keep on saying about, we are going back saying about, we are going back saying about." Nobody was screaming. You look at a lot of recording here around the scene that we told you, we are going back saying about, we are going back saying about. Oh, that my brother-in-law the case, so you all just screaming. We are going back saying about the kill my brother-in-law. Yes, so that the excuse. So for me, I would say maybe the vehicle, the owner of the vehicles was helping them in that direction.
Okay.
Before they went so.
Okay, so because
coming back himself for
the all of them from the same direction, right?
All of them.
The car
and the vehicles, they were not from the same direction at first. But the direction the vehicle came from, the cycle was there before.
Okay.
He came from there and carried someone so.
Okay.
So while coming back now, then the same direction that he came from, he was taking someone to this side. While coming back, the same direction that the vehicle was coming from.
Okay.
Then he was coming from Shona.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
And the vehicles, man, they tried to harm 2 persons to make them scared. And after they escaped, he never shoot behind them. Yes. He never shoot behind them, but he tried to use the left hand and send the bullet. And the bullet just straight.
So the person that did the alleged shooting, did the person say anything after shooting?
After the person here making the announcement, oh, they killed him, man. That's how the guy reversed that way. And then he passed the car of faith to do the shooting. So he reversed and entered the car and left. And the car was beating. The car was beating when he did the shooting.
What kinds of cars are we talking about?
The car color was wet.
Is it pick up or taxi or jeep?
Taxi phone. Taxi phone.
Okay, you were there, right? Huh? Oh, it's your big brother. Okay, so we'll come back to you in just a moment, right? Yeah. Okay. So, but let's just talk to this brother. The direct brother, yeah. We'll come back to you later. So, good morning, sir.
Sure.
Okay.
You said the guideline on your brother. When you sleep.
Could you be a bit loud?
A little audible, please.
Vani.
Okay, Vani.
Okay, so you know him very well, right? Yeah. You are living with him? You're not living with him. Okay, so how you got the information like this?
So on our way from going back to last night, we all crossed it, shoot out. So when I was on the scene, I got out of there.
Will you repeat what you just said? Be a bit.
We were on our way from the highway last night.
Okay.
They were called by 2. So I was to Russia. And Russia was
Okay. So, but where he normally be,
I get there.
Huh?
I get there. You don't know.
So that you do not live in
Okay. So based on the information that you heard, you put this out to come to town, right? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So let's go back to this fellow. Yes. So I think you were saying that after the guard or the person that did the alleged shooting, you both raised that voice that somebody is dead.
As soon as somebody is dead, that's the reason he dressed back, he entered the vehicle, he decided to warm it for the tire to speak, he left the smoke with us, and decided to keep on speaking.
Alright, so what about the motorcyclists and the 2 girls who were also on the motorcycle?
The 2 girls started screaming, crying, under the motorcyclist scooting around, they chased him.
They chased the car?
The car, but when the motorcyclist reached around the police barrier we get, in the police academy here, the vehicle decided to move from light to red, from left to red. So the motorcycle was getting afraid because it's someone who have arm with them. So he had to turn around and come back and the vehicle left away. Yes.
So up to now, the motorcycle and the two girls, they all not gone, right?
No, they came back here because the motorcycle is related to them. So they came back and the uncle there gave instruction to the police, which is the RMP, to keep them at the Sufa for total investigation.
Okay, so Nana, the two girls exactly
at the Sufa.
Or did they add police custody, right? Okay, so anyone was around also, but we'll go back to it. But let's see. It seems like this guy's family is around. The story actually has to be told. Anyone around to or we to say something?
When you but the two that they were trying to have after the sun, when they left the scene, they have now returned. But the police are with them, spent all the here, and left. Yes.
So the matter of fact, this guy that is now already dead, you don't know him, right? You don't know him.
There's somebody call his name. There's somebody call his name. Or we need to be
Vanny. Okay.
Thank you for the information. We'll get back to you in subsequent time. All right, folks, this is it. We got here. We received information about this. Brother lied down here, being shot back, and unknown gunmen who escaped. And we are here to get information concerning what brought effect. So stay tuned with us as we
So folks, stay with us as we still try to talk to more people to know exactly what really happened. Perhaps, if possible, we'll be talking to a family member, which of course I don't really believe that they will grant us the audience to speak to Spoon TV on this issue. Yeah. So according to the fellow we just spoke to, this incident happened around 12 a.m. 12 this morning when unknown car has to be identified properly from the red light belt coming inside police academy, stop at the junction, at police academy junction, and then a motorcyclist that was coming from inside police academy also was having two girls plus this guy that is already dead, So while crossing the junction, according to the fellow, the guy who was in the car, took off a gun and then carried on the shooting. So that's how this guy died. But what exactly happened? This is what we want to know. What prompted the guy who was in the car to have shot? That's why we want to discover here. Yes, we want to discover it. So this guy that is already dead, he's going to be identified as Vanny. Yes. Only Vanny. So, any of you want to talk to us on this issue? Maybe your feelings or what you think of it? Yeah. So, anybody?
What happened? They still get the direct information about what happened.
It's my little brother. That's my mother last born. That's my sister. We are only 4 our mother born. The one that even next to me, she's in America. The one next to the only one that's snowball.
Okay, so that means that's the person that you usually send him about stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
You know the man. And that's what you are together.
Will you please a bit? It's locked.
Folks, this is funny time for real.
So this is funny. I call it so.
At this hour, I just.
It's people right now showing us this photo. This is funny. It's
for
funny.
real, folks. Wherever you watching, this is Shashiki.
Yeah, so we will talk to his brother to be able to get a bit more information about him. Okay, so welcome to Spoon TV. Welcome to Speed TV. Would you mind bring up to speed? I mean, where your brother usually, where he was, most often. Maybe his first name in the first place.
Valentine T. Junction.
Valentine T. Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. So where you was normally be?
Just yesterday evening, something after 3. When I left, there was 4 in number. Me and friends, along with a girl. I left her in the house. I told her I was stand up. On my way back, only for people to call me by 12 and told me that he got shot. When I came here, I saw people around here. I was confused, our EPS. I started to cry. I told the group here, put in that paper. We left, we went to the police station. I was the one that even told the police people that the 3 questions I was along with you on the motorbike because you are at the back of the motorbike. There were 4 on the motorbike.
With 2 girls at the middle.
2 girls in the middle, you was at the back.
I call it to report.
Well, so I told the police to check the 3 people to the police station along with a motorbike. Let us go and keep it there. Because for now, the place is nothing safe. Yeah, sure. So I couldn't do anything. I want to carry them that little other people came around because I know the other people came around. I want to keep with the pick up and say, but then you're not going to the police station. I will went there. We went there. I told them today. We left. We went to QF. I had to call the for school FM also to see how many we shot there. The information we got around, all of us say that NSF is shot too.
NSF outfits, all right?
The NSF officer, the guy in question is clear about the other security line in it. With one plate at the front, with no plate at the back. I was not on the scene. But it says the NSF is better. If the spraying for me, I was not on the scene. Because I was different place when the company, so the labor was shot. So I rushed the key here.
So the plate that was at the front of the car, you put money to maybe.
I was not here.
Oh, okay.
Watching for who?
Okay, yeah. So did they tell you maybe the number of the plates?
No. My concern was
This man.
Okay. When I came, I was EPS. So I couldn't order the project. When I year to hold that, I made an NSM and I made an NSM. Even up to now, they give a million, continue to speculate around it. But we leave it with God. Thank God that it will have happened. But they say as a lesson for every young people here, you got to be very careful in your life because right now, that's it. Even right now, somebody can shoot you, everybody, and you will come from inside because we don't even know who killed this man. We don't know who killed this man. Our life, that's it. So it's a warning, it's a lesson to every one of us. We got to be very careful with our life and the kind of people we interact with. But by the grace of God, we give it to God. That God will fight our battle because we get no strength. We give it to God.
So the person that did the shooting, up to now, you posted had no idea. Okay.
You know, we came out after the photo already left. We only had to say more about running man and man, but more about man couldn't grab it because on excessive speed. There were a lot of people came from this way. When I keep my bed there, they say the speed I'm on, anybody in touch will kill it. Because you're on excessive speed running man. Now what it was?
I mean, he was going inside police academy or
we don't know
where? Which direction?
They say the man was on an excessive speed going this direction.
Okay, you mean inside police? Okay.
In the direction.
Okay.
Excessive speed. Because he was parking in the direction. Then they keep, he not leaning on the table, they keep from this direction, trying to go this way. When the man got up and the man walked and then took one and shot him.
So, sir, you said this is your brother. Is it a biological brother or just?
The man, my mother last one.
Okay.
The man, my son. The man, grandma. Have you seen the little school? What was the kind? My son, yeah. I just tell you, my son, I'm saying the school.
So, you could live in the city of Paynesville?
Yes. So clinic.
So clinic.
Yeah. They may always carry me to job. Yes, I say I even told you to carry me character every morning. A 400 I'm buying for him. Every morning I get 400 to carry in the evening. Everything I carry I 400.
What means motorcycle auto get? Okay, motorbike.
Three different motorbike.
Okay, he has 3 motorbikes.
3 motorbike running. They may not try to criminal and I'm back up. He's working to get own money. Got 3 motorbike. 3 motorbike running. And that's somebody like in the street, just passing around.
Wow.
This is how good
well, folks, I think you now getting the story a bit clearer as we interact with family members and people who were actually on the scene when this incident occurred. And this Spoon TV will come into you live from Police Academy Junction. I mean, almost at the intersection of red light and the Police Academy Junction, where this incident occurred. Valentine.
Valentine T. Johnson.
Okay, Valentine T. Johnson was allegedly shot this morning around 12. For what? That's why we want to know now. We just spoke to his big brother, if I would say, the person who raised him. According to him, did everything for him. If you've been following, you listen to him explaining that this guy, he never got involved with criminal activities. In fact, he has 3 motorbikes that he was running. All right, so when it comes to criminal activity, he's not there. But what happened? What exactly happened now? Yeah. So that's the question. A very handsome young man. He was very, very handsome. If you saw the photo, that okay. So all right. So let's just recall it.
That is the recalling of the death of Valentine. As Valentine left by the line and right over there. So we don't know how it happened, but it is not easy to accept this kind of thing. Valentine being shot in the head this morning, 12 o'clock. And we don't know what, how it happened, why somebody had to shoot. peaceful militarity. But for safety with us, we are here. We will bring you information that relates to what we are discussing.
The bullet pass on the back of the head, can't go forward. I do on the side.
So he was shot from behind.
You see the blood, the car upon the way to the way. And they were on the side. The way she was racing the way back.
All right, so you just
Folks, this is
viewed a short video from Valentine T. Johnson's big brother, because the body is covered right now, so we couldn't bring you any view. So you just watched that from the late Valentine T. Johnson death when the body was still uncovered. All right. So, according to his big brothers, he was shot. He was allegedly shot from behind his head. According to him, there was a penetration. Okay, so until the Liberian National Police or the relevant authority can remove the body, we are still here, coming to you live from Police Academy Junction, where Valentine T. Johnson has been discovered dead as a result of an alleged shooting. Alright, that guy you seen so previously told us the story, how it happened around 12 this morning. Alright. So the person that did the alleged shooting has run away. The person ran away and is alleging that the person is an NSA officer. Alright, that which of course it has not been confirmed. Yes.
Yeah, come on, man. Y'all kind of doing huh? Yeah,
Okay, so officers of the Liberian National Police are now here. All right, officers of the Liberian National Police are now here. All right, so people are being told to dress away a bit.
Please leave the room there.
So, for a clarity, at first when this happened, according to people that we just spoke to, the presence of the Liberian National Police was here. All right, that's how the three persons that were on the motorbike, along with the motorcyclist himself, was arrested and also, reported to police custody. So perhaps they didn't take this body because of maybe a security reason, or maybe to do proper checking or whatever. That could be the reason. But according to people we spoke to, when this happened, police officers were here. So officers are not just arriving on the scene since this happened. But actually, this really seems to be a very sad story. I'm actually still wondering why will a person would just, see certain individuals and then start to shoot without any reason, according to the story that was told. All right, yeah. So there must be a cause anyway. There must be a cause. I really believe that because according to the fellow that we spoke to, the car from which the person did the shooting, the alleged shooting, was coming from the red light belt, coming in Police Academy, inside Police Academy, and then the motorcyclist was also coming from inside Police Academy. So at this junction, at the Police Academy junction, while the motorcyclist was passing along with his passengers, I don't know whether they were passengers or they were what. Two girls were at the middle of the motorbike, plus the motorcyclist who was driving or riding, and this guy that died, Valentine T. Johnson, was at the back, along with the two girls at the middle. So the guy who did the alleged shooting, who was coming from the red light belt, when they reached at this junction, took off his gun and immediately shot. All right, but according to the guy who spoke to before this, the motorcyclist earlier on came from the same direction where the car, came from the red light side, but came earlier and went in, and then returning. Then while returning, this guy who did the shooting, they actually met at this junction. So one will maybe assume that something might have happened, previously, of which they just met at this junction. I mean, this guy just met these guys at the junction and started to shoot. Yeah, so anyway, the story is not really clear until proper investigation can be done. Yes, until proper investigation can be done. Yes, perhaps when we speak to the motorcyclist to give his view as to what's really transpired, maybe we could get a better understanding of this. Yes. But according to the big brother of this guy that's died now, that is Valentine T. Johnson, he was a very good person. He was not associated with criminal activities. In fact, according to his big brother, he was having 3 motorbikes that he was running as business. All right, he himself was riding one. So he was actually a good person according to the big brother. So when it comes to criminal activities, he was not involved, as quoted. So if you are just joining us, this Spoon TV will come to you live from Police Academy Junction, and I'm Sylvester Chidople bringing you this live coverage. So this is Big Brother. This Valentine T. Johnson, Big Brother.
I try to identify the body and the Hello? Yeah, how are you? Let me call you back. Hello? Yeah, keep up there.
No one's talking.
Alright, so the incident occurred this morning when the incident occurred here. They had we don't know yet what the information.
No one's talking.
Information just come as what is
So I would love to keep talking with the fellow who was actually on ground when this incident took place. As we await police decision of moving this body or the relevant authority to have this body removed. All right. Yes. So this guy has been giving pieces of information as to what really transpired. Yeah. So.
By 12 last night, we were sitting across the road there.
Were you there? Were you on the scene? Sure. Okay, you on the scene. You was a colleague, you was a friend?
No, I and my colleagues were sitting and we were 4 in the city.
By 12?
Yes.
Midnight?
Yes.
Okay.
We were sitting across the road there, and then the guy came in back with vehicles. So my 4 police and we were sitting 2 left for there and staying the other way. After they were standing when the guy came in back with vehicles, then he decided to call the 2 police to him and ask them. So the first 2 were in a kind of scary mood. They were trying to go at the car small bit, the way the guy who owned the vehicles was behaving. So when the first guy went in for the short guy with the white t-shirt, when he went in for, he tried to notice that the men were taking a gun for the seat of the chair in the car. They were taking a gun from there. So as soon as he raised out the gun, the guy yelled, "Oh, gun." So we tried to escape. And I jumped behind the black container. And on my way escaping, a lot of marks were here from the bench. Why escaping? So I jumped in the container, the guy came out from the car, he went in front of a bit ahead of the car, and then he cracked the gun with his right hand. He used the weapon, just sent the gun in the air. And he started, and they fell with the police, they were 4 on the back. 2 females in the center, the motorcycle and him up there. So after the men sent the gun, they shoot it, we went on the opposite lane here, which is the right hand side, and we look at it. Love the direction where they got people. The shot, went straight and penetrated right under the house here. And we always see when they take the crop under the body, you see, penetrated.
So you said he passed and then the brother in question went to go confirm him or what? At that hour of the night?
After the car slowed down, he caught 2 fellows.
Oh, he caught 2?
Yeah, to come closer
2 fellows.
to the car.
Okay. Yeah.
To come closer to the car. So the fellow tried to come closer to the car. But he had moved the way that behaving, so they were acting scared. So as soon as they were about to reach closer to the car, that's how he opened the door. They tried to take out the gun with his left hand to in the seat of the car. Yeah, because the seat he was sitting down when he had a pocket. So he tried to take out the gun. And so he raised out the gun that the guy recognized the 2 fellows that he caught. One of them recognized and said, "Oh, gun." They escaped. But yellow taxi was parked right behind them. The place you see that paper parking. They escaped right behind the taxi and they was coming with the motorcycle with the shoes.
So, sir, it is actually good that you were actually on the scene. Could you recognize the face of the persons that did the alleged shooting?
Actually, I will not tell you the chancellor that was going. I recognize, but the face, if I was saying I was saying to look at the face because myself, I was protecting my own life so that I have to jump. Yes.
So how was the car look like? Was it gray or yellow?
It was white. White and yonder. But the back, no lesson.
So the fellow that is lying down here, his name?
Funny time. So when this happened, do you still have more people around here, or you guys were just, few?
We were few, but when it happened, people started coming in from around started feeling sorry for the them, and now we start to feel very disappointed in the Liberia National Police. At the same time, you said this is a police academy road. We have the barrier way down. The incident took place from here. Something that you use like 50 to 20 meters to drive before you get to the barrier. The incident took place and the car escaped from here past the barrier and go
Pass in front of the barrier.
Yes. And he went through. How long it took for the police to get here? Actually, it took about 25 minutes before the police get there. Because the recording already went on. Yeah. Can you imagine the incident took place by 12:20 into that range? The incident took place. You know, recording here, we started doing it. You know, go the rest already about 12 minutes. So we got 32 minutes already after we saw the police coming in. And actually, the police. Traffic commander from the super area was here with some artillery gas. After they came, finished doing 1 or 2 investigations, then they went by at the side there and they went back the vehicle. The only thing they found there is the shell of the bullet.
Which vehicle are you talking about?
The guy who do the killing,
who did
the vehicle was parking. When the police, the anti-royal went there with the police commander. When they went there, they only saw the shell dropping on the ground. Yes, because if you shoot on original pistol, the shell will only drop down, and then the bullet will go.
Where did the police find, after their search, did they find anything like a weapon with this fellow?
We didn't know.
You know how weapon at the time of the night?
We know our weapon. We better know our weapon. Yes.
So you said the motorcyclist who did the shooting previously, he actually left from the same direction the guy who did the shooting came from. But later on, went inside Police Academy Junction, and then while coming back, that's how they met, at this junction.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
that's how they met in the Vigo Park across the road, and they came from Mesa. So next thing they go in the air with his left hand and drive straight into the head of him.
Wow. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us at least it was directly on the scene. So just go to us. Just go to us.
Last night by 12.
Wow.
He was shot by
this really a very sad story in a way. A very sad one.
Story that comes to the information.
Very sad.
Yeah. And we have the family are yet to identify the party.
So if you just joining us, this is Spoon TV coming to you live from Police Academy Junction. And I'm Sylvester Choroflet bringing you this live coverage. We earlier on spoke to the guy that you see lying down here, his big brother. And he said this guy, Valentine's T. Johnson, was not a criminal. In fact, he was someone who was involved with business. And that is, he was having 3 motorbikes. He was using 1 for himself and then 2 for business. According to him, he usually took his big brother, at the job site. So he said, "Can I understand what exactly happened because he never associated with criminal activities, crimes issue." So it seems to, it's just hard to tell, bro. It's just hard to tell. Okay, so let's go to this.
They got up at 1 o'clock yesterday, and they said somebody shot on their brother from the back. Other people were saying that, oh, there's a car, white car was chasing him, and they shouting from the back. Then other people, when we got here this morning, other people are saying that the person that killed the gun when he came had a gun, and they took us here a prayer over there. When the children then ran away, that's the time he shot the labor. From there, the children, and nobody was around, so they were look up on his friend, decided to chase him, but he was a friend for him, but everybody out here ran away. So we really know what happened, what not happened. Maybe the people that are on the scene, they don't want to tell us, but now the bullet is ready for them now.
All right, so we can.
So thank you for such an explanation. But I know you knew him when he was alive. Will you tell us what was his activities? Where he used to be and what he used to do.
And you can better tell us his full name. You can tell us his name and age as well.
Yeah, for the person that was very explain, a woman and I two of them get people together.
So the experience the person.
You already spoke to him already. I spoke to him already. Yeah, sure.
They were asking me why I'm starting at 12.
Yeah, what is it? Go ahead.
Okay, welcome to the media. What's your name, sir?
My name is Bian.
Mr. Bian. What's the relationship with this young man?
My younger brother.
Your younger brother. Do you mind telling us his name, age, and why you know him to be?
The man was born in 1993.
What is his full name?
My name is Junction.
Okay, so can you give us a little background as to what kind of activity he's usually in and what actually reported regarding his death?
He's always out of trouble. He has 3 different motorbikes that he's running. I put running for him. That one of the motorbikes was over the people. All I know was mean direction the people when somebody shouting. And now, one day that he came into trouble. He always stay out of trouble. One day nobody brought complaint to me regarding stealing or any other thing, nothing was sense. He's always out of trouble.
At what time this morning you got this information?
I got the information about 12. And I came here up to 9 and stay here now.
12 this morning.
12 this morning, I got the information.
And what have you gathered so far?
The information I got was other people saying that innocent is shocking because other people say that they know the car always fly around here. Whenever people question the car will fly around, other people say that innocent. But I was not on the scene, so I don't know who killed him. But we give it to God. God know who did this.
So what do you want now?
The only thing I need, I asked that the relevant authority that gave the body, we took the body to the funeral home. The person who did this, the person gave a call. Because carrying the body down to go to all the one with a lot of delay. Because if the country was safe, if they were already safe, you're not seeing people fly in the street and shooting anybody. They issue our report, they're telling you that our life is not safe. 7 hours a night, even after 7, they put for you to be at your house. Even when I heard people in the inside, because when you inside, somebody can shoot you for your phone. Now why you shoot? Because you just see somebody on motorbike and shoot them, no other reason, you shoot them for even the men there, a woman when they shoot to you, you don't get to shoot anybody. Anyone can be shot in an hour. So it's just a warning for all of us. Look at the hour last time I went to put effort to brag at the gate. So many going to war too. I was there, I went to the police station. I even told the police people to even carry the people on the go by the 3 people now at the police station now.
So which police authority were here after the incident?
And they say anti-robbery. Now what they said, and I need to.
So what did it say led to the rest of those that are in jail now? What did it? Are they connected?
I even connected there and said, it's good the people who are on the motorbike. It's better have to people at the police station to sleep there.
Are they the ones in jail?
Yeah. I didn't call them and say I got to go to get information. But I told the police to keep them on the jail campaign because if we leave them last night, by now maybe we'll not even get them. So I told the police when they did the work with the police, finally they listened to my advice. They got in the car and all of them left the way. And I went back to the police and told the police that they should not leave the police and the police to go. They custody of the girl, proper information for them regarding my younger brother death.
So quickly, do you have?
He has not approached me on that. Why I should take the battle on that? But they only told me that I should wait small
they want to get communication from their hair, they will give it up to whether I should think about it or not.
So can you tell us for the motorcyclists plus the two girls, which are the police stations they are with some what?
The police are ready around the Zone 5. Yes.
Okay, Zone 5 police station. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, folks, so we can't really talk to the two girls and the motorcyclists that were actually on the motorbike because they are currently in police custody. So that's why you see us. I mean, we couldn't talk to them. We only talk to people who were on the scene when this incident occurred, plus the family members. All right, so keep watching us. Like I said, we are still here until the body can be removed by the relevant authority. All right, and this is Spoon TV coming to you live from Police Academy Junction in Paynesville City, just a few minutes away from red light. So I don't know this. Usually, when these things happen, you don't normally see the doers, the perpetrators, and that's exactly what happened. The perpetrator, or the doer has escaped. All right. So the sad thing about this is that the vehicle that the persons were riding couldn't properly identify such car, especially the license plates. All right. So it seems to be very critical in terms of investigating this matter to know exactly who might have been the doer of this act. All right, because until you can have the doer of this act, that's the only time you have justice. But with this, it's very sad. Actually, it is sad. It is sad. It is sad. It is sad. It's sad. So.
Now the police become close to the car. So they started judging who they call you. So when you say you show your hands to the guy in the white t-shirt, the short guy now, so the guy decided to come close. And you know that area is open and the see. So as soon as the guy put his foot down like this, he tried to notice that the men were already taking gold for the packing of the seat that he was taking for the car. So he made your gold. And then he jumped where you see the motorcycle parking there, he jumped right behind the taxi. He hit himself. So the guy to pick up the gun and then they're striking in the air and walk in front of it and then says it. We wanted to sense it into the air and to hear people for them to escape. But the hair the conflict when they
after he had found the gun,
yes,
you went to shoot in the air.
Yes, but in that sense,
hear people.
Yes.
So what was the call?
So in that sense, one time, the way he directed him, the position he directed him, the people too now was coming from this side.
So it's a straight bullet.
Yes.
So what I want to understand is that you said the guy that did the alleged shooting was actually in conversation with you guys. That is, your colleagues who were beside you.
Yes,
he was asking questions.
Yes, he was asking
what
telling them to come closer to him.
Okay, for what?
That one we don't really know. Yes. Telling them to come closer to him.
But if you see this man now, do you recognize this man?
Actually, I was escaping from my left, so I will not tell you.
What about the car? Can you recognize it?
The vehicles, if I recognizing the vehicles, they have that agenda, so I will not tell you because it will take the plate from behind it. But only if you put on the plate for the security light that was before it, you couldn't see what was waiting there.
Okay, thank you. So we hope to get
All right, folks. So this boss kept saying exactly the same thing, without any contradiction as to what he saw during this incident. All right. So if you've been following him, his explanation, you might know exactly what really happened. All right. Yes. So this guy that is now lying down here, dead. His name is Valentine T. Johnson, and according to his big brother, they are from the Soul Clinic belt. All right, yeah, Soul Clinic belt, where the family lives. All right, so in fact, the body seems to be very pumped right now. So maybe the relevant authority can now come in and be able to take the body. Yes, because anytime from now on, this environment will not be okay for the people around here. So it will be, like I say, embarrassing, something like that.
When you're in a car, you
as we discuss this issue, really, there is not the first time. Neither, I mean, this usually happens, right? Look at the incident. Do you think a proper investigation would be actually?
And that's what I'm saying, my dear colleague. That's one of the things that is making it so difficult.
Yeah.
Because the person giving more account of this body here is saying that he cannot recognize the person, even if the person comes now, leader of the vehicle, because he was running for his life. So if someone who is giving detailed account of such is saying that he cannot recognize the perpetrator of this crime, that tells you that we don't see major accounts coming up, like
maybe having a
comprehensive conclusion as to what happened and who is that perpetrator, until maybe those that are in the custody of the police,
or perhaps maybe if camera was around the CCTV,
or perhaps he comes in, willing to turn himself over. That could be the case, because
which of course is
not easily possible.
It's not easily actually possible. So it seems to be very critical, critical moment actually. Yes, so it seems to be a critical actually, because who in Liberia can commit such an act and then maybe say I would turn myself over? Yeah, that's nearly impossible. Yes, that's nearly impossible. Right. Anyway, we cannot conclude as to whether this investigation, if investigation will go on, it will have a logical conclusion. So, okay, so we have to get
get some detail of this morning. In a kind of unprepared way, but we managed to be on the scene based on our punctuality and love for country and love for making sure that information reaches the best. So let's hope that this young man lying here is a family man, is a son of all. Okay, that no account from this. After here, we can travel to the police station, but we are still awaiting the team that is responsible for the Liberia National Police. So I'm seeing a scene at the end of this young man. Somewhere around there.
Okay, folks. So, anytime for now, we'll be going off. Perhaps be back later on when we shall maybe get at Zone 5 police station, where the motorcyclist is, plus the two girls that were actually motorbike. If we are lucky to speak to them, perhaps we will get a bit clearer information as to what really transpired here. All right, so the body is still here. The body of the late Balistan T. Johnson is still here, by the way. So we been there, man. Since this morning, we have to go.
We have some family who are also here to identify the left body that is here lying.
Police officers have been trained
So we got some information concerning. We are still gathering our information concerning the work and here we have some families who are here to identify. Another lady is here trying to identify. So you are here to identify him? Where is he?
Who is it?
The lady. The lady.
Everybody will be coming to here.
And so we have another lady who is also trying to identify the latter body lying down here too. So we have family coming to identify the loved one. There you see.
What is it with?
This is identify the body. We will not know now until the game. How you call it? They can show the body. But right now, our folks, we are still here. We will soon be shutting down. We have family members that are still coming to identify the lighter body of this fellow that is lying who were shot dead by